yourself and each other. Good night.
This is a lamp.
It was indeed a
Isn't
lamp.
that great? What a great one.
You don't know when your moment's coming, but when it does, you take it.
You look like a star standing there. You blew us all away.
The room is exploding. I can't even talk. It's so loud in here right now.
The $10 million diamond event from Wickersham Jewelry. The year's largest selection of diamonds and diamond jewelry. Every shape, every quality, every budget. With the season's biggest savings, December 1st through the 3rd. A free appraisal with purchase. Take advantage of interest-free financing. The absolute best selection and prices of the year. December 1st through the 3rd. Only at Wickersham Jewelry. If you can dream it, we can make it.
You can stretch your family food budget. Call the Family Food Helpline.
Straight ahead, today's Giving Tuesday. We'll have a look at how one nonprofit is raising awareness about the work they do.
Plus, we're learning the identity of a Wisconsin man who was found dead 50 years ago. We'll explain what authorities believe happened to him.
And ancient remains were returned to a local Indian tribe. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 6. I'm Jessica Jukic.
I'm Dan Hagan. Giving Tuesday is a day of global generosity and is held each year on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
It's an important day for nonprofit organizations like the Northwoods Wildlife Center in Minocqua. Today, the nonprofit live streamed on social media so they can show the community how the center operates. 4 events were scheduled throughout the day, which educated people on how they help different animals. Executive Director Brian Black believes the live events are a great way to showcase what they do.
It's a lot of work. It is. They need to be fed. They need to be monitored. Some of them have special needs, and so they need special attention and special care.
The facility takes care of more than 30 animals. The assistant wildlife rehabilitator, Rafe School, says that they couldn't do it without the help of volunteers.
And we couldn't do all of those things that we do without our supporters. So we just are so thankful that we have so many people who want to support us, and so we're just asking for those people to all show up today on this national-wide day of donating to nonprofits.
The Northwoods Wildlife Center's goal is to raise $20,000 this year. For more information on how you can help, you can visit our website, WJFW.com.
Moments ago, the Senate passed legislation enshrining same-sex and interracial marriage rights into law. The vote for the Respect for Marriage Act was bipartisan, 61 to 36. 12 Republicans joined all Democrats in approving the bill. It now heads to the House, where it's expected to pass next week. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin led the effort to pass the bill. She's the first openly gay person to serve in the Senate. Senator Ron Johnson voted against the bill.
The rain has turned to snow for us here in Rhinelander.
Yeah, the combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow today, but now all snow is on the way, too.
I'm worried about the conditions on the roadways, Jeff.
It's going to get icy. We'll have low temperatures tonight back in the teens, so traveling tonight's going to be tricky with snow falling out there now and a layer of ice underneath. That'll make getting around a bit difficult tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's a live look at Minocqua currently where the snow is falling. Nothing heavy, but the roads are getting covered, especially secondary roadways out there currently. All right, here's that band of snow, and again, most of today, Rhinelander, all rain, but now some big flakes are flying out there currently as the back edge of this thing is going to come through tonight. Looking like probably an inch or two of snow for Rhinelander, much more than that in parts west of western Wisconsin, where Price County had over 6 inches so far today, and it's still snowing right there. That line, though, is right across our area. You see that right there? It's slowly moving this way. This is rain. This is snow. So we're all going to get some snow tonight as that front kind of works through the area. And temperatures are critical, of course, just below freezing across parts of the west, just above freezing to the east. Where it's above freezing, of course, rain falling there. They will get a little bit of snow tonight. Visibility is reduced, though, across our area to light to moderate snow here. Just some fog and drizzle here. There is some more snow in the 5-day forecast. More on that when I come back. Dan and Jessica.
Thanks, Jeff. After almost 50 years, police and detectives have finally figured out what happened to missing Wisconsin Rapids resident Rogers Lee Ellis. A human skull was found in Carbon County, Montana in 2004. With the help of genetic genealogy, officials were able to identify that skull belonging to Ellis. It is believed that he left Wisconsin in December of 1976 to hitchhike across the country to avoid jail time. Investigators are under the impression that whoever Ellis was hitchhiking with killed him before leaving his body behind in Montana. A cold case investigation has since been launched, and information should be directed to the Carbon County law enforcement.
Franklin police say the man wanted for allegedly drugging and stealing from women at bars in Racine County has been taken into custody. One of those women later died from her injuries. Authorities say Timothy Olson is viewed as a person of interest in that case. Police say moments after the victim and Olson ordered drinks at a bar, the victim went unconscious. The woman later died at the hospital. According to Racine police, Olson is linked to a number of crimes against women, including Racine, where he drugs them and steals their money. Olson has an arrest warrant for him for 5 counts of felony personal identity theft, financial gain out of Mount Pleasant Police Department.
Give me liberty or give me death. This American phrase has become a rallying cry for extremely rare protests sweeping China. From Beijing and Shanghai in the east to Hotan in the west, these are unprecedented scenes playing out across the country. For the first time in decades, thousands of protesters are speaking out, angry after nearly 3 years of rigid COVID lockdowns and constant COVID testing. This as China reports a 6th day of record COVID infections despite its zero COVID policy. It is the first time that protests have taken aim at the central government. Some people are openly calling for China's president and Communist Party to step down.
The Republican National Committee is taking a close look in the mirror. Officials with the RNC have put together a group it calls a Republican Party Advisory Council, which it says will come together and plot strategies it hopes will be successful in the future. Among those participating are former Trump White House advisor Kellyanne Conway and evangelical leader Tony Perkins. The GOP says it wants to address the aftermath of the 2022 midterm elections and hear from new voices in the party. They also want to make stronger inroads with minorities and female voters in the suburbs. At a time of year when deer are front of mind, the Wisconsin DNR is aiming to keep the local populations healthy.
With the goal of preventing the spread of chronic wasting disease, the department is encouraging proper carcass disposal and testing. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver has more.
A new spark, so to speak. As deer hunting season comes to a close, the Wisconsin DNR has one focus: finding chronic waste disease. It can take up to a year for the impacts to show on the deer, but deer can be positive, look healthy, but if they do die from the disease, it is a 100% fatal disease. That's why it's first important to throw out harvest remains properly. It's been proven through some studies that the prions bind really well to the lining of these landfills, so it is a responsible way to dispose of these carcasses. The DNR also has a free testing service which the department uses to make decisions for next season. It lets us know where the disease currently is, so we can keep track on where it's spreading and where maybe prevalence rates in certain areas as well. 5 positive cases just south of Rhinelander in recent years keeps the DNR busy. We have just a spark that has started here. So it's just really important for us to monitor these areas and just to see how it is progressing before it gets really established and could potentially have some impacts on deer hunting and on the deer herd. In Rhinelander, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
The race is on for Congress to intervene on the looming railway strike.
Plus, the holiday light display is coming back this week. We'll have the details after weather with Jeff.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meat.
Get the latest news on the weekends with Newswatch 12. Saturday and Sunday at 10 with your weekend news team. Kyle Pazorski, Mohammed Abdul Kawi, and Conrad Sapinski. Newswatch 12.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. So, this Black Friday, choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. Plus, thousands of vehicles are arriving daily, just in time for the holidays. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Like visions of sugar plums, find fishing poles, tip-ups, lures, and all of the gear the anglers on your list have ever dreamed of. Oh, what fun are the unique gifts and decor items you can find in town. And without a doubt, everything imaginable for dashing through the snow can be found here. Happy holidays from all of us in St. Germain. Thank you for shopping local.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, current Chevy owners can get an additional $2,500 loyalty cash and unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash.
All right, the snowplows are out here in Minocqua right now. The main roads are treated. The secondary roads could use some help out there. Currently, with the snow falling and big flakes here in Rhinelander currently, had a combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow pretty much all day long. Mostly rain here in Rhinelander, but overall, just to the west of here, portions of Price County saw over 6 inches of snow already today. Temperatures are critical, right? We're hanging out just at freezing here in Rhinelander and points to the west, even colder across parts of western Wisconsin. Meanwhile, just to the east of us, places like Crandon are still in the low to mid 30s. As that front kind of squeaks this direction, we'll all go below freezing tonight, changing some rain over to snow, and basically an inch or two of snow this evening. Here's the radar looking at rain showers across parts of eastern Wisconsin, some snow showers right across north central Wisconsin, and points back off to the west. That will continue for a couple more hours tonight, but the heavy snow is not the main event now. That's going to be the falling temperatures this evening, as we're going to have low temperatures in the mid to upper teens tonight. That's going to flash freeze everything wet, which is pretty much everything outside. So look for some very slippery spots into tomorrow morning, and that ice is not going to melt anytime soon. Okay, so here's that line across our region, that rain-snow line kind of hovering right over Rhinelander and parts of western Oneida County all day long, is now beginning to move slowly to the east, so it'll change that rain or drizzle over to some snow before it all ends on us this evening. Visibility is still reduced, right? So this area here is because of rain showers and some fog. This area here, that's because of snow showers, and they've been kind of heavy throughout the day today, down to a quarter-mile visibility in parts of the Ashland area. That's heavy snow. A half-mile or so in parts of Phillips area. That's moderate snow, and they had that for several hours earlier. That's now beginning to come up just a bit, so the intensity of the snow is decreasing across our region as I speak about it. So going forward, snowfall looks like this. Maybe an inch or so across our region tonight into early parts of tomorrow morning, and then we're done with the snow for a bit, except for some lake effect snow is going to kick in tomorrow, mostly across, say, Highway 2 up into the UP for tomorrow. All right, advisories are still up, though. This is a winter weather advisory and a winter storm warning. You basically get a warning, you get 6 or more inches of snow, and we have that across parts of Iron County, Ashland County, Vilas County, and Price County earlier. But these will come down around midnight tonight and then not be renewed at all. So overall, this event is winding down now. Parts of western Wisconsin got over a half a foot of snow, and it's still snowing there. Here's the bigger picture, and again, this thing is getting all wrapped up, and that's going to give us some wind tonight. We could see wind gusts near 35 miles per hour tonight into tomorrow morning. So look for a very windy night and day. The bigger issue here, though, is severe weather outbreak is ongoing now across parts of Georgia and Mississippi and Alabama. This will likely make national news this evening and tomorrow, with tornadoes being reported down that way right now. Okay, for us, though, this is a threat for severe weather tonight across the south, not bugging us at all. For us, though, our threat's going to be falling temperatures, as there's just lots of cold air over here, and that is all moving this way. So we will have lows in the teens tonight, then not recover much tomorrow. We're talking talking about high temperatures tomorrow, pretty much hanging out in the 20s, low 20s at that. Many of you could get stuck in the teens tomorrow, 25 for Thursday, 36 for Friday. So overall, kind of a downward trend in temperatures with a high of 16 a week from today. Okay, our forecast then tonight, though, is snow showers are out there now, turning windy and sharply colder. That's going to be a thing. Everything wet's going to freeze and turn to ice. Be careful driving around tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, with low temperatures down near 18. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. It's Wednesday, windy and cold. High temperatures struggling to get out of the teens tomorrow. Lake effect snow further north, like way north, up in the UP, with that high of 21. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows that we dry out for Thursday, Friday, with another weak snow system getting in here Saturday, and probably then again Tuesday of next week. Dan and Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced Tuesday it is awarding $3.2 billion in grants to public health agencies. The agency said the money will touch services available to everyone in the U.S. The vast majority of the money, $3 billion of it, comes from the American Rescue Plan Act. That money will be used to recruit and train people like epidemiologists, contact tracers, and community health workers. According to the CDC, the grants will help state and local health departments that were stressed by COVID-19. As for Wisconsin, the state will receive around $53 million. The opening of lights in the Northwoods is less than 3 days away, and anticipation is growing.
But before the public can see the lights, lots of prep work is required. Scott Campbell is a volunteer for the organization. He says that even though the work can get tiring, it's all worth it once families come and see the lights.
The cars come around the corner over at Rose and Messer there, and you can hear the kids or even some of the adults go, wow. That makes it worthwhile.
Campbell has been volunteering for the organization for 5 years. During the afternoon today, Campbell and other volunteers were working on the finishing touches of the light display.
We're doing some repair work and some maintenance items, and we'll be doing that for basically the rest of the week until it opens on Friday.
This year's display will feature a new cause for the organization, which will be collecting donations for the Oneida County Humane Society. Opening night at Hodag Park is this Friday, starting at 5 p.m. Congress is rushing to pass legislation that would block a walkout by more than 100,000 union rail workers next week.
The strike is set for December 9th and could temporarily sideline as many as 765,000 workers within 2 weeks. That's according to the White House. Even just a week-long strike would wreak havoc on sluggish supply chain during the busy shopping season and could cost the economy an estimated $1 billion. Mike Valerio has more.
We are prepared. If Congress does not act in time or act at all, we are prepared to strike.
President Joe Biden asking Congress to step in to block a freight rail workers strike that's set to begin next week.
Striking is the last option for us. We would much rather reach agreement with the railroads at the table.
More than 100,000 union workers could walk off the job during arguably the busiest time of year, a move that would bring 30% of the nation's freight movements to a halt. Not what consumers want to hear when they're already paying more for everyday goods. One of the sticking point for workers, getting paid sick time from the rail companies.
This became a glaring issue during the pandemic when we had members who were forced by their employer or the railroads to stay home in quarantine without pay. But really it comes down to simple things like the flu for a day or two, or a sick child and the ability to take a day or two paid.
Employers have countered that workers receive a, quote, significant amount of paid vacation and personal days. A strike previously was averted in September when a tentative labor deal was reached. 4 of the 12 unions rejected the deal. While those rejected contracts would have given workers their largest pay increase in 50 years, union members said it didn't address the pay and scheduling issues.
It's the quality of life and how they're treated with dignity and respect while they're at work. All the issues that we have to deal with when we're keeping America moving 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop.
Ancient remains have been returned to a local Indian tribe.
Plus, a Wisconsinite is doing things never done before on an NBA court. We'll be right back.
To everyone who loves great food
let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
In the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For adventure. For climbing. For splashing. For towing. For premium. For capable. The GMC AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Or get 3.9% APR financing for 72 months and no monthly payments until 2023 on select Sierra light-duty models.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners can get an additional $2,500 cash allowance. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Brought to you by Lakeview Desert Health Center, Eagle River, and Waters Meat.
A Wisconsin-born basketball player just did something no one has ever done in the NBA. Tyrese Halliburton is originally from Oshkosh. He plays on the Indiana Pacers now. He's been establishing himself as one of the top point guards in the game. The 22-year-old recently put up an all-time 3-game stretch where he recorded more than 40 assists with no turnovers. That's never been done before. Halliburton is leading the league with 11.3 assists per game. For years, Menominee elders would visit the archaeological archives at the University of Michigan. That's where some of their ancestors' remains were packed away in boxes.
During their visits, they promised that one day they would return those remains to the reservation. That day finally came this month. Many Menominee Indians live on their reservation in northern Wisconsin near Anago. The remains were reburied on reservation land during a ceremony. The remains are from at least 9 individuals dating back to about 800 AD. They were excavated in the 1950s. The Menominee formally asked for the remains to be returned in 2011, and more than 10 years later they were returned. We'll be back with one final check of the forecast.
Protecting the people and businesses in our community is our highest priority. Our combined 126 years of history connects you to some of the best carriers in the business, like Auto Owners Insurance. Together, Klinner and Meyer Insurance bring even more expertise and more ways to protect you, all with the same unwavering support and a single commitment, protecting what matters most in your world. Together, we are Klinner Insurance. Your world protected.
Excellent. I want it.
You have dreams to visit your grandkids,
To start a small business? To spend time on the lake? The cost of a good healthcare plan should support those dreams, whatever they may be. They're your dreams. We're just here to help you live them. Aspirus Health Plan, a great plan for your best life.
Lance Truck, Lance Truck, we got the truck van, Lance Truck.
Nobody has more used trucks all on one lot, all priced to move. So when you're ready to buy your next truck, know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move.
We got the truck van, Lance Truck.
Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio has designed beautiful and functional kitchens and baths in the Northwoods. When helping plan your dream kitchen or bath with in-home consultation available, they provide 3D drawings of your spaces to bring your visions to life. Owner and designer Sarah has over 25 years of experience, overseen 500 plus projects, and built strong relationships with local contractors providing superior installation. Whether it's a new home or a remodel, Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio in Eagle River looks forward to making your dream kitchen or bath a reality.
The snow is really coming down out there, as you can see. Jeff, what's in store for us tonight?
Well, more big flakes are on the way as we have some snow falling out there currently in Rhinelander, where it's been mostly rain all day today, as you know. That's changing over to some snow now currently, and the roads are going to get icy tonight. Not just from the snow, but also from the cold temperatures that are on the way. We'll have lows down in the teens tonight. Here's Minocqua, same story again. 51 looking okay there. Traffic is moving, but secondary roads are snow-covered and slippery. There is a layer of water under the snow, and it's going to freeze tonight and stick with us through tomorrow and for Thursday and for Friday. It's not going to melt anytime soon, so overall, please be careful. Slippery spots tonight and through the day tomorrow.
Break early, leave plenty of time to the car in front of you. You guys know the drill. Thanks for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 6. We'll be back here at Newswatch 12 at 10.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
These days, short ribs are one of the hottest and trendiest cuts of meat. But that wasn't always the case. Years back, they would simply grind them up and turn them into ground beef. Well, they still grind them now and then. Today, we're seeing short ribs used in all sorts of different ways.